listen close. The clock doesn't wait for Eddie. Nobody promised you 100 years. Nobody promised you tomorrow at all. You keep waiting on the perfect moment, like time was something you could stop. We spend our days on Sunday and maybe saving the good things for a softer year. But the years don't ask if we're prepared, they just leave ready or not from here. Make it spectacular, not someday, today. Because we don't have long here, so don't waste it standing still. Make it spectacular, loud enough to feel. This one short fleeting moment is the only one that's real. No one gets to keep the years, they only get to spend them well. So stop guarding what you're afraid to lose and start living like today already has a story to tell. Action!
Hey, I'm Abby, a beta wolf. I'm from Iron Reach and the schedule manager of Starboys. I've worked with plenty of idols before, but I've never met wolves like these. They make my blood boil with their complete lack of discipline. Breaking the rules seems to be their favorite hobby.
Action!
I am Django, a beta wolf from Umbra Wild and an ash wolf, a species known for being strict and not particularly fond of jokes. I can't argue with that. I have absolutely no sense of humor. I've directed many projects over the years, usually staying only for short periods. But after taking on the animation project for Pharaoh and the Stars of Egypt and getting to know Starboys, I decided to stay. Now, I'm beginning to question that decision.
Action!
This is Midnight from Green Throne. I'd love to tell you all about my species and what they're known for, but apparently Kitsu doesn't want more species introduced into the story. Since wolves are the main animals, she thinks adding too many others might confuse the audience. Well, she's the boss, and her word is final, even if not many of us like it.
You're the only one who didn't like it.
Poppy, this is my screen.
Action!
Hello, I am Osman. My English is 50-50. Sometimes good, sometimes a la Karim. I am a tailor cat, and I love my job very much. I make clothes, fix clothes, make them pretty, everything. And of course, I love chai. No chai, no working, chai sharp.
Action!
Hey, I'm Poppy from Green Throne, and I'm a beta. I'm the studio's makeup artist, and I absolutely love my job. And this is my little helper, Vivi. In Wildcraft, creatures like her are called pets. But in the story, they serve as little assistants and companions, so we call them pips. They're lovely, cute, playful, and each one has a personality of their own. Vivi and I are both friendly, love playing, and enjoy reading together.
Action!
Good day. I am Victor, a beta cheater from Solara and the choreographer for Starboys. I have always believed that proper dancing requires discipline, precision, and a touch of elegance. Every movement ought to have purpose, every step ought to be clean, and every performance ought to be something one can be proud of. Naturally, I am rather particular about these things. The boys, however, have a remarkable talent for turning a simple rehearsal into absolute chaos. They stomp, leap about, ignore instructions, and somehow believe that close enough is acceptable. It is not.
I'm a shroud wolf, a species known for beauty, pride, and confidence. And trust me, I fit the description. I'm a bossy she-wolf, and when I make a schedule, everyone follows it. No excuses.
I'm the studio's sound manager and Kitsu's best friend. I'm a beta. Honestly, it feels like half the animals here are betas, but that's not my problem to explain. I'm basically a phone zombie and spend most of my free time staring at a screen. My friends also call me stubborn, but I highly doubt that. I simply like putting my own words first and making sure I'm clear and correct.
But I have 5 children and 10 grand kittens. But everyone else calls me Osman Amcha or Uncle Osman. I like both. Amka is respectable. The animals here are good, but also not good. They don't eat properly, they don't sleep properly, and they work too much. Yavrum, you're not machines. Sometimes I look at them and say, go sleep. They say, we have work. No, sleep first.
I'm one of Starboy's best friends. We talk, laugh, play, and honestly, I feel completely like myself when I'm around them. Vivi, though, well, she's still trying to get used to them. Redline keeps messing with her, while God Dog and Knockout scare her. They don't actually do anything to her, though. I think it's mostly their appearance and the way they behave.
These wolves behave nothing like any idols I've worked with before. To them, their roles seem less like acting and more like a boring history lesson. They growl, show their fangs, scare employees, and fight constantly. And my biggest problem is Redline, who apparently has no intention of thinking before he speaks. Still, I'm here, and I'm trying to deal with them.
Poppy is my cousin, and despite how different we are, we share one very important thing. We both love dark romance and bad boys. You know exactly what I mean. I've worked with Starboy since the day they entered the studio. They may be idols, but they're also close friends, and despite my parents constantly telling me to stay away from them, I actually enjoy spending time with them. And honestly, I'm glad they aren't like normal idols. There's just something fascinating about watching them growl and stare at people like they're deciding whether to kill them.
Star boys are good boys, very handsome boys, very talented boys, but they are single. This is not good. Very handsome, very famous, and still no one. Olmaz Boyle. I tell them, boys, you need a nice girl, someone who gives you food, tells you to sleep, and says when you're being stupid. They laugh at me. They think I am joking. I am not joking.
I do care for them, of course, perhaps more than I should admit. They are talented young wolves, and I simply wish they would understand that perfection is not too much to ask for. Honestly, there are moments when I question whether they are idols at all. With the amount of rules they break, I'm rather astonished they haven't found themselves behind bars by now.
I have plenty of hobbies, but I'm also easily distracted, especially whenever I see something cute and tiny. And I have one very embarrassing habit. Whenever I get nervous or excited, I chew whatever happens to be near my paws. Usually, that means my own tail. There was even one time I accidentally bit Knockout's ear while brushing his fur because I got too excited. Gosh, can we cut that part?
My bestie Poppy says I'm too strict, but I'm simply doing my job. Time is precious, and once it's gone, you can't get it back. Sometimes I feel like I'm the only one who understands that. Someone has to keep these wolves in line, and clearly that someone is me. And honestly, I'm glad Kitsu chose me as the studio's right hand. I wouldn't have it any other way.
I have worked with many animals over the years, and I treat everyone here like family. Even Star Boys with all their growling and fighting. They may scare other people, but to me, they are just troublesome boys who need someone to tell them, Tamam, enough! Go eat your food! And I am happy to be that someone. Now where is my chai? Kim aldı benim çayımı?
They may be difficult to get along with, but I've started seeing Star Boys as my sons. I've raised a son myself, so I know exactly how teenagers behave when they start coming of age. Though sometimes, I really want to throw a chair at them.
Make it